Good evening, children of light. At your side right now, I am Archangel Raphael, the healer, some say. I hope it with you, I hope it for you. When I say I hope so, it means that I would like to place our benevolent energy on each of you, and that each of you heal from my presence, from the energy of the gentle emerald, green flame that I try to spread in this world. Furthermore, when I say these words, when I say I hope, I am positing the fact that you are your own healer too, and that if you do not accept the energies that are sometimes sent to you from heaven, well, you will not receive them. Your human power, your divine power is in your ability to accept or refuse a message and an energy, whether it is healing or not. Because behind every message we send, as well as behind every message you receive from one of your brothers, from one of your sisters, from the media, from governments, each of these messages invites you to accept it or to refuse it. Refusing it means that you do not want this to be your own truth, without imposing it on others. It is important to understand that love, this immense force, is not necessarily a big yes to everything. For many of you, you are parents, brothers or sisters who were able to say no to your children, your brothers or your sisters when they committed acts that were wrong. Sense of light, not in the sense of this sharing, this love and this communion. At that point, you were able to say no. This is also your strength. And this doesn't mean that you don't love them. On the contrary, you love them so much that you can't accept everything. It's important to understand that accepting what is doesn't mean saying yes to everything. So, saying no does not mean excluding a reality or finding oneself in a position of denial. No, it does not exist. No, that's not true. No, it's an illusion. Of course, your world is illusory, however it will have. This world impacts on the energy that you have decided to embody. And in this way, your presence is requested. Your divine presence is requested on this earth, in this illusion. So please don't be in denial. Know how to say no when it's important. Also know how to accept the beneficial forces coming constantly, and I insist on these words constantly, from what you still call heaven, the beyond, the other dimension. Accept to receive forces which are evolutionary forces and not involutional forces. Agree to receive them, especially now, as they are forces which will encourage peace, love, sharing, benevolence, while we try to lead you to war, to withdrawal, to fear. And I would say, indeed, to malice, and to wishing harm on one part of the population in relation to another, constantly seeking to divide you into categories, each of which would seek to defend its little place among the big place. She will always say, while there is no small or big place, only human beings in conjunction in a great experience of love called existence. This is the time, this era, when the true warriors of light reveal themselves to humanity, where we will now see the rise of beings capable of pronouncing a salutary no, a benevolent no, a no full of love. Not in any way in a battle, but in a positioning, a certainty and a force that it is time to place on this world and in your own personal space sometimes, because the world begins in your house, in your interior and exterior home. This world is pure light. The shadow plays there reveal what you certainly still have to work on in this force of love, which is asked of you, a force so powerful that it could allow you to transform everything in an instant. So this attack of reductive forces, of evolutive forces, is also there to reveal you to your own light, to your own courage, not the courage to wage war. This is not courage. On the contrary, the courage to want peace, to know that this somewhat imposed peace is the deciding factor. This is courage. Courage, the heart to work. Does the heart go to all battles? No, not necessarily. For some, yes. Undoubtedly, destroying is never a divine act. This does not go in the direction of love. The construction goes in the direction of the divine. You know, here, it's about not confusing courage and valor. Yes, you have to be valiant to fight, and with a valiant heart, nothing is impossible, once said one of your ancestors. You are in this era where you must no longer remain passive towards yourself and conversely be active towards your world. We did not say towards the world, but towards his world, and I repeat, it is important. Your world begins in your home. I'm not talking about the body, I'm talking about your house, your apartment, your village, your city, your constituency, department, province, whatever. Start to place your mind and your will where you have a radiation, a resonance. Do it standing up. Don't remain passive. Stop looking at images or texts and telling yourself that they are pretty, nice, or, conversely, that they are horrible and that something will have to be done. Do it. Do it. Pray, walk, dance. Above all, offer the movement of your divine nature to this world, because in the movement you will receive this energy from heaven. In the movement you will receive this unifying energy which is falling on you at this moment. And I myself see many people refusing this celestial energy because they are leaning towards this solution of we have no choice. We cannot do anything. We would like to, but we can't. It's false. It's false. Arise, child of light. See how wonderful and divine you are. Look how strong and powerful your deep divine nature is. Stop believing in anything other than your own light after all. Look at you. Observe yourself, child of the light. You have chosen to settle down and live in a dual world, in a difficult world, in a trying world, therefore a world of testing, not a world of systematic suffering, but a world of testing. Have no doubt about that. What courage, precisely, what light and what strength one must have to accept to live there, here, now, as in other times that were still very trying too. I have seen some of you in other times, in other spaces, in other eras, and I see the same patterns repeating themselves often. Am I going to act or am I going to react? The key is there your power is in action, not in reaction. Your ability is to emit light, not to wait for it to fall from the sky. She will assist you, she will be energy so that you are light, you, this force of heaven. You are the light of this world. Therefore, do not worry about the movements of energies, the movements of troops, even the intellectual movements inside you. Put down that hustle. Choose. Stand up. Stand up. Man, get up. Woman, get up. Child, get up, because heaven is there, telling you again and again that this world you dream of is within your reach more than ever, despite all appearances. A time, and the times will lead you to show your luminous value, your ability to help, to progress, to advance your brothers and your sisters, your neighbors first. It will be about being in this true courage, which is to go through areas of adversity together. Then there are all these beings already united in the light, already united in love who are around you. There is all this nature which you see is beginning to develop again, to revive, to celebrate, to give so many reasons to continue to bear fruit. She invites us this nature. She invites us this vision of the world to rise up too. She invites us to bloom again, to believe in nature, not to despair about anything. After telling you that yes, the time is for courage, I want to tell you that this world receives an enormous amount of light, an enormous amount of love. Consequently, it is a question of looking, of seeing the invisible, of perceiving the invisible, not our angelic assistance. It is there, of course, but what is happening in the visible world, these beings who begin to decontaminate the planet, these beings who get along perfectly well among themselves without seeking to create differences, these beings who are in the spirit of sharing and benevolence, and who are beginning to realize that the resources they have in too much can be shared, given away, and distributed again and again and again. I would like to tell you that the Garden of Eden is within immediate reach. I can only tell you that you are on that path. You are on this road, you are on this path. And then, I would like to bring my light to this appearance that is your body. Here I would like to place these particles of joy, these particles of love on you. Remember regarding your body that there is a perfect matrix, that there is a model of your body that is in perfect health, in perfect harmony, in perfect adequacy, as good as new, you would say. This model is present in a dimension that is already present on Earth. This is why you are invited to just say a few words to yourself sometimes, really with total, complete faith, a kind of absolute knowledge of these words. I agree to receive the original and perfect matrix of my body for this incarnation. I agree to receive the perfect matrix of my body for this incarnation. These are some words that accept. So perhaps we should ask this question: what is it in you that does not accept being in perfect health, in perfect condition, in a world of great benevolence? What is it about you that doesn't accept it? What is this part of you that doesn't accept it? This part is the one that cannot be forgiven. She is the one who has not forgiven an event from the past, present, or future. It's the one that still looks for culprits, and especially in yourself sometimes. This self-blame, this self-sabotage, this is what can prevent you from reaching this state, this energy. Agree to forgive yourself. First, forgive yourself for believing that you are only the body. Forgive yourself. Understand that you are much more than a body. You know, when you dream, when you are in so-called modified states of consciousness, You are able to think and interact with this world in thoughts. And here I ask you this question, my friends, do you think that your thoughts are in your body? Do you think your thoughts are in a tank inside your brain? Do you think that your reasoning is also a kind of wired neural wiring, you would say? No. Truly, no thought is in the body. In the body you have a character, an ego, which is like a ghost in this machine, which keeps it alive. The role of the ego is also to keep time stable, since at night, since during the day, in different difficult moments you escape, you imagine. And while your mind goes elsewhere, there is no more time. You are no longer in the same time. When you come back into your body, the experience has to be coherent. The experience has to be whole. And that's where this ego repositions you in the right time and space. In fact, this ego is in the mental body, which is itself in the physical body. It serves to position your mind here, but it is not thoughts. It's not your thoughts. It reasons with your thoughts. That is to say, you hear thoughts, and behind, you hear this judgment from this energy that we can call ego, which will find that your thought is correct or not correct, that it is fair, that it is not fair. So you're judging yourself then? So what happens in such a state? Ask yourself. In truth, your thoughts come from that part of you that is outside of you. Your thoughts come from a part of yourself which is already with us, which is already in what you call in the beyond. Moreover, your thoughts also come from this higher mind, from this higher self, from this higher consciousness which is your true parent. As a result, you don't actually produce your thoughts, you hear them. It's difficult to hear. I know this speech is difficult even to understand. You hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts then? Well, you're sending an emotional state as a kind of message. Your emotional state, the sum of your energies, is received by your higher consciousness, which finally responds by saying you are radiating or saying this. So take away that you're saying, and you ultimately only hear the end of a message that you call your thoughts. Even if you were at the moment thinking, I don't understand what this archangel is saying, it is because at one point you will have expressed the emotion which expresses what? Question marks, a kind of pressure, a kind of imbalance in you that you will have sent as energy to the universe. And the universe will respond, ah. You therefore do not understand, Raphael, which will be translated from your ego consciousness precisely, from this egoic part, by you do not understand, I do not understand. From then on, your thoughts are a system for receiving your emotion. Let's work on this if you don't mind, because we're going to understand how important this is. Now we are going to do a little exercise together that will just generate an emotion. We are not going to think, reflect, or say a single word, just put ourselves in an emotional vibrational state. So you can close your eyes and simply imagine that you have a child in front of you, a child with eyes full of light, a child with eyes full of love, a being who is there, who is a few years old. This child's gaze is so pure, so great. And you perceive this child who approaches you. He comes towards you as if he hasn't seen you for so long, and you will be able to embrace him with your arms. See the thoughts that are coming now. What order are they? That's wonderful. I love him and he loves me, or I love him and she loves me. These thoughts are a response to your emotion. These thoughts are a response to your energy. Note that this has a physiological cause and consequence in your body. What you produced as an emotion, what you felt, recovered as an emotion, and as a thought has an impact on your body. Perhaps there are some of you who are frustrated simply because you have not been able to visualize what I have just said. In this way, their thinking told them, I see nothing, I hear nothing, I can never visualize, and this thought has already had an impact on your body. This has already created a powerful emotional state within you. I tell you this so that you realize that ultimately, in a large majority of cases, it is your thoughts, the acceptance of them, which causes states of the body, which therefore causes most of the time, concretely, states of dysfunction of the body. Also, when you accept too many disturbing thoughts which, all in all, only pose a question, in this case not put an end to your reflection. Sometimes you even hear a thought in yourself like, but then, I must really be stupid, and you stop there. Don't stop there. Do not make yourself sick of precisely this word, which is false, since it is there so that you are able to bounce back, to stand up as I said previously, and to say to yourself, no, I'm not stupid. I'm in my way of thinking. I may be in my own world, in my definition of the world, but no, I'm not stupid. I am the daughter, the son of the divine. What is being stupid, seriously? Therefore, understand that your thoughts in your head are in fact propositions, simple propositions. See your thoughts completely differently. Take some time out every once in a while. Do I accept my thought? Do I reject it? And instead of refusing, you could say, am I going to change it? I have this thought that this world is headed straight for disaster. That's not true, folks. He is not heading for disaster. This world is transforming. Yes, this world is getting better too. Yes. Yes. I know you want to say no. I know you're having conflicting thoughts like, no, he's really not getting better. It's even getting worse every day. It's wrong. Take a step back, friends. See, every time something has to be rebuilt, something has to be destroyed. This is the very meaning of the teaching of another being called Shiva. A destruction must occur for a construction to appear. Something has to be at its worst to get better. You experienced it even in your body's self-healing process, a powerful process, an important process. Before moving into this self-healing process, you often go through a phase that you call acute of an illness. For a few hours or even a few days, you will possibly be at the height of a fever, a tremor, a weakness, and immediately afterwards your energy will increase. Your inner battle will have been won. You have to go through this acute phase. It must not be ignored, otherwise you will, in the end, generally create a greater disease sooner or later. In the same way, accept that the world is a system that heals itself, only that it goes through a paroxysm here too, to create its self-defense, to be able to mobilize its white troops. In your body you talk about white blood cells. I am going to talk about this white brotherhood that you are also, after all, of which many of you are part. It's about being the antibodies of this world, those who will not stop because what seems to oppose them is too big or difficult, truly those who know that together, everything is possible. Yes, together everything is possible, and we are here too. I resumed the beginning of my speech by telling you that I am sending you full of light, full of energy, full of healing force. Nevertheless, will you accept it? Do you feel worthy of it, since this is the question you are asking yourself? You, not me. Do you think I would tell you that I am sending energy if I thought you were unworthy of receiving it? No, you are worthy of receiving this energy. You are worthy of receiving what passes through you there, here, now, and which potentially in your body causes a whole bunch of micro changes, makes energy circulate a little differently. I seek to fluidify the space within you, to free you, to show you from the beginning of my speech that yes, you have to get up, yes, you have to be in action, but that everything is still possible for you and for the multitude. Everything is still possible. Your vibrational state, your energy, your joy are more necessary than ever, because they are the vibration that allows the arrival of light on this earth. How can I use earthly words to make you understand what I am trying to tell you? We hear your prayers right now. Globally help us. Don't let this happen. We send all our light, all our love, and we too pray, and we say, listen to us. Receive this light. It is as if you are launching a call without waiting for a response most of the time, believing that we will, from where we are, act on matter even though we are not incarnated there. We can possibly, and with the divine intercession of your higher consciousness, for those who are associated with it completely. On the other hand, for others we can only provide energy, provide information that will enlighten this world, we hope. To receive them, you must agree to receive, and on occasion, from time to time, dear souls, dear incarnate consciousnesses, sit down in the moment and say, I accept to receive the light. I agree to receive the information. On the other hand, don't say this and say to yourself, oh, nothing is going to happen. We'll see. I don't know. Receive, believe. While everything has been done to destroy your faith by the involutionary forces of this world, the evolutionary forces of this world and others seek to tell you, child of light, wake up to your own faith. Finally, believe truly. Know, deep within your being, who you are, and receive. Do not believe that you are going to receive. Know deeply that you receive whatever happens, because at every moment, your thoughts are propositions, and the energies fall on this earth like rain. Some of these energies are only life-sustaining energies, And these energies you have called prana, for example, or other luminous names. These energies are received by your physical body. However, there are other informational energies which can reach your mental body, your emotional, spiritual, atmic, buddhic, etheric, astral body, whatever the name of these multitudes of layers which represent your experience on Earth. Now we accept some questions from you. If they are proportional to my speech, I listen to you. What do you have to ask me or us in order to extend a little this speech of courage, of benevolence that we place on you to tell you don't worry? This world is transformed for its light, and you are a part of this light. You are a part of this love. And you are invited to understand that your thoughts are propositions that you can accept or refuse, quite simply. You are asking us this question, which is not linked to my speech, but which is linked to healing in general, how to cure an addiction. I can help you. Archangel 𝐆𝐀 can also help you with this. Understand that behind every addiction there is a process of making yourself happy. Now, if you want to please yourself with something that has a strong power of pleasure, it is because you no longer find pleasure in simple things. So I tell you, does something need to be taken away from you in your life for you to see how important it is? Often people who wake up and recover from addiction are people who ultimately will have lost something through this addiction, will have lost something important. This is why I tell you, pray to me, Raphael, or pray to Archangel 𝐆𝐀 to help you in this point. Moreover, understand that you are invited to rediscover the real taste for the little pleasures of this world. The little pleasures of this world are very numerous. They go from the smallest blade of grass. Think, would you like to see greenery or be in the middle of the desert? It's your choice. Some prefer to be in the desert, but if you're in whatever setting you choose, be happy. If you eat what you chose, be happy. If you go where you chose, be happy. And be happy with simple things, with the contact you have with your friends, your brothers, your sisters, with these little moments. They are not usual and normal. They are examples of joy and happiness that are given to you every day, but you miss out. You are missing out for the sole reason that you have been accustomed to wanting more joy, more peace, more love, without seeing that everything was already there every day. You want 100 all at once rather than wanting one every moment. Invite yourself to understand this. Invite yourself to return to simple pleasures. Pray to us to help you in this addiction. First of all, understand this. Everything is already there. All this possibility of peace and happiness and love, all these possibilities are already there. Look again at this world. Don't see it with your distorting glasses, rather with your rose-colored glasses. With these glasses made of love, and you will see love in nature. You will see love in the smallest object. All these things for which you would put down your anger or your assent if they were not there, admire them when they are there. Respect them when they are there. Gratitude is the force that removes addictions. So, be in this force of gratitude. Are you asking us what prana looks like? Prana looks, when you see it through your physical eyes, like points of light being capable of having their own movements, their own energies. These are usually points of light coming down towards you. They have their own life energy. This energy has its own energy. And there are many ways to see or perceive this prana. It's like a rain of gold, if I had to characterize it. You ask us how to refuse a non-beneficial thought. By connecting us to a beneficial. Ask us a question. It is not my wish. I desire peace. I desire love. I desire joy. Lord, I offer you these negative thoughts and accept the light. The idea is therefore to erase a negative thought with a positive thought. Some would say, it is above all to tell yourself, regarding what has gone through you, straight away, no, this is not my desire. No. It is not, I repeat, about being in rejection or denial, simply about saying to yourself, I am releasing this thought. I forgive myself for this thought. That is to say, I forgive myself for even having had this thought, to the extent that it actually corresponds to what appears to be, in appearance. So, no denial, I release her, I offer her to heaven. I offer her. And then, indeed, I will turn my gaze towards what is going well and not towards what is not going well, towards what is at peace and not towards what is at war. Just turn my gaze and say, there is this peace that I feel on this look, I can diffuse it. Because that's the thing, is capturing your thoughts. You are not used to it. You do not listen to yourself, or rather you are in a hypnotic listening to yourself. That is to say, you are unable to react and be able to say no. I don't know where this thought comes from, but I don't want it. Understand that your thoughts are propositions. They are not you, they do not define you. They are what radiates and resonates with the energy you send into the universe. So when you hear a negative thought, ask yourself at least this question: what emotion did I emit that sent this thought back to me? And put the process in reverse. I am going to put in a position to radiate a different energy. I will infiltrate a thought among these thoughts to radiate something else and therefore receive something else, because it is a cycle. Your thoughts produce emotions, emotions produce thoughts. But remember, in this case it is not the chicken and the egg, this famous dilemma. The first, it is always the emotion. It is always emotion that is the source of your thoughts. Afterwards, thoughts come to validate this emotion or create another. It is therefore a question of creating a different emotion to change your thoughts. This is how. Shouldn't we accept to live the experience of suffering rather than wanting to get rid of it in order to truly heal from it? Some choose this path, madam, but it is not an obligatory path. There are always other paths to learning than the one that involves suffering. If you are using the path of suffering, it is because you probably want an accelerated path, probably a faster path, it is true, than some other forms of learning. However, you did not come to this world to learn through suffering alone. You have come to live, to learn, through the test. Yes, however, the test is not always suffering. Sometimes the test is a question: do you want to go there or there? It is already a test to choose in one's intention, in one's heart, and with what is aligned with us. Going through the body, making this body a body of suffering is a way, however it is not obligatory, I tell you. Hear me, it's not the only way, it's a way. He is quite venerable to many people. He was undoubtedly the best teacher for many people. Despite everything, I affirm it again a third time, it is not an obligatory path, in any case. Can I hope to heal my body at this point? Do I still have to evolve? There is no stage of any disease that cannot be dark forces with light. I am not necessarily talking here about healing the physical body to the extent that, sometimes, healing is reaching the beyond. In any case, there is no stage, I repeat, of any illness which cannot be enlightened by the divine, which cannot allow the light to pass through you, to a sincere and deep understanding of your divine nature. From penetrating your body, to that perfect pattern I was talking about reaching you, this takes a lot of faith. See, getting rid of a slight headache requires a little faith, some might say. If you were able to have this little absolute faith, even for a big event, it would have the same effect. You can relieve a little pain the same way you can relieve a lot of pain. Now, simply in fact, you have the impression that an immense, greater faith is needed when it comes to a big illness, and a little faith would be enough for a small illness. Truly, there is no ladder to faith. Curing a headache or what you call terminal cancer does not require more faith, but the same faith. These are the obstacles to this faith which are undoubtedly more numerous. In this case, the request to the universe, this request for energy, this request for the light to pass through you, this request is the same, whatever the intensity of what you are experiencing. Thus, we will have to work on the obstacles to this light. I am not worthy. It's too late. Those kinds of things are obstacles. It's never too late. Understand that this light will pass through your body and either heal, teach you to deal with it, or show you the deep meaning of what you are going through. This light must be requested with faith, love, and intelligence of this moment, that is to say, in consciousness of the fact that all this will lead you to your greatest good, to the greatest version of yourself. It's like that. Do we know that it is difficult to believe when we are going through difficult times? It is undoubtedly in these moments that believing is a real exercise. We often say that loving someone you already love is easy, whereas learning to love is difficult. Now, this is clearly the purpose of your existence. How did you like it? What have you done for others? Here are these primordial, essential questions, which will be asked of each and every one of you when you join us. How did you like it? Not what is easy to love. Of course it will count, and it's strong, powerful, interesting. On the other hand, how did you learn to love? How did you learn to forgive? How did you learn to place the light on the shadow? Therein lies the challenge. In these circumstances, of course, sometimes it is difficult to believe. All the same, when this is asked, it is because you have decided to put yourself in this test of faith, in this test of love, and the goal is there. And I will tell you, the greater the difficulty, the greater your possible strength of love, because let's be very clear, you never put yourself in a test that cannot lead you to victory. Never. Whatever you think. You have never set yourself a test that could not lead you to your perfect victory on earth and in the heavens. This therefore means that yes, you will have to develop qualities during these moments of lack of faith, during these moments of lack of energy, during these lacks in general. Filling these gaps, learning to correct these wounds is the very meaning of your existence. And this is where it will probably be necessary, more in these moments than in others, to say I accept to receive the light of the invisible, to understand that in truth, you are not either no longer alone in this ordeal. Because you have placed at your side many guides, many angels and many forces, which you perhaps do not hear, which you perhaps do not understand, yet who in any case will respond to your call, that the one, whether sincere or not, call us for your help all the same. When I say sincere or not, it is because when a person calls for help, even if they do not believe it, they have just called for help. Therefore, in a certain way, they already believe it. Otherwise, she would not even utter this call. So we are here to help you pass these tests, but understand that each of them is a wonderful treasure, whether in the body or outside the body, quite simply. You are asking us for good ideas, good initiatives to act. We sent them to thousands, millions of people. So many said to themselves afterwards, but I couldn't do it alone. Yes, maybe, but yes, but. Take back these ideas we sent. Stop telling yourself that you can't do anything alone. It's true. However, you will find people on your side if you feel the rightness of what you do, the justice of what you do. You know, guides like Mary, Jesus, Buddha, the Prophet Muhammad, Shiva, all these guides at this moment are launching a call to faith, a great call to belief, a great call to repent. That is to say, to simply say, wake up. Just wake up, just get up, just radiate this peace, this love that we are trying to take away from you. Radiate joy. You can do it. Even though everything has been taken away from you, you can still do it. This is what just action is. It is nothing other than being just, than acting justly. You have to be, not simply, I'm not talking to you here about an action for the sake of an action to appear. Oh, I'm in the good fight. No. Be the example yourself. From time to time when you can, as soon as you can, of all this. Be kind to yourself, please, because often you are very hard on yourself. Very hard. How will this world evolve? Will it heal itself? Manifest love? This world is already evolving. Don't worry about it. Be blessed in the light.